Hello my dear students. Today we are going to start a new chapter, that is chapter number 15, Framing of the Constitution. In this chapter we are going to study about how our constitution was framed. Students, regarding the constitution you have also studied in your political science. But here in history we are going to study about the history of the framing of constitution. Under which circumstances did the framing of the constitution, the making of the constitution took place. So student, first thing which you must always remember that our country got the independence from the British rule on 15th August 1947. But the work of the framing of constitution was started before this. It was started on 9th December 1946, and our constitution was ready on the date 26 November 1949. So it is important to remember both these dates, 9 December 1946 and 26 December 1949. Means in total our constitution took 2 years, 11th month, 18 days to be completed. Now students, another thing, we celebrate our Republic Day on the date 26 January. Okay, and first Republic Day we celebrated in the year 1950. So when our constitution was ready on 26 November, why we waited for 2 months? The reason was that the reason goes back in history. It was in the year 1930 that our Indian National Congress, which was the only political party of the time, had unfurled the new flag, tricolor flag, and it was the first time that it celebrated it as the Independence Day, when it demanded the Poon Swaraj from the Britishers. At that time there was the date of 26 January 1930. Okay, that's why again when we got the independence, they waited for 2 months for getting the same date when we first time when we first time celebrated our Independence Day. Means when we first time demanded Poon Swaraj from the British rule. That's why. Now students, when the drafting of the constitution was done, for that purpose there was a body known by the name of the Constituent Assembly. Okay, Constituent Assembly was the body which was responsible for the framing of the constitution, or which framed the constitution for India. Then how this Constituent Assembly was elected? It was not elected through the universal adult franchise. Means all the people in the country above the age of 18 or 18 years voted for it. It was not so. The election of the Constituent Assembly took place differently. The members of the Constituent Assembly was elected by the members of the Provincial Assembly. Means in the year 1946, the election held in India for the province. Province, better, like nowadays they are Indian states. In a similar way, at that time they were the province. And a provincial election took place in which Indian leaders participated. So the provincial election took place in the year 1946, and in those elections Congress party got the clear majority, while the Muslim League, which was the another political party, got the majority in the reserve seats. The reserve seats which were there for the reserve seats were there in the areas which were having the majority of the Muslim population. In those areas the Muslim League got the majority. So student, the members of the Provincial Assembly elected the members of the Constituent Assembly. Okay. Now beta, how many members were there in the Constituent Assembly? So there were total 299 members who were there in the Constituent Assembly. And the work of the drafting of the Constitution was taken, it took 11 sessions to complete the work of the framing of the Constitution. Means the framing of the Constitution was done in 11 sessions, 11 meetings were there. And those sessions in total was done in 165 days. Means total 165 days were there in which these 11 sessions were held, and during which the work of the drafting of the Constitution was done. Now students, another important information is that this idea of having the Constituent Assembly, a body which draft the Constitution for the Assembly, was based on, or it was given by the Cabinet Mission Plan. Cabinet Mission Plan came to India in March 1946. It was sent to India by Lord Attlee, who was the Prime Minister at that time in Britain. And this Cabinet Mission Plan had 3 members. And it came to India with 2 main objectives. The objectives were to help India to achieve its independence as early as possible. When it was decided that now the Britishers are going to give the independence to India, at that time the Cabinet Mission Plan came to India, was sent from the Britain to India to help the Indian to achieve their independence as soon as possible. And how they can gain the independence as soon as possible? They can gain by setting up a new framework or the new governing method for the independent India. And for this, the Cabinet Mission Plan suggested to set up a Constituent Assembly which will frame the Constitution, the set of rules for the independent India. Okay students, so now what we have studied till the drafting of the Constitution started on 9 December 1946 and completed on 26 November 1949. Means total 2 years, 11 months, 18 days. Okay. The work was done in 11 session and total days 165 days. And the idea of the framing of electing the Constituent Assembly for framing the Constitution was suggested by the Cabinet Mission Plan. Okay, and it came to India in March 1946 by the Lord Attlee, who sent it. And this Cabinet Mission Plan was a 3-membered body which came to India for helping Indians to get the independence as soon as possible and to set up the Constituent Assembly. Now students, come back to the Constituent Assembly. The elected Constituent Assembly, which consists of 299 members, the assembly was mainly dominated by one party, that was the Congress Party. Means Constituent Assembly consists of majority of the members of the Congress Party. But don't get confused that so all the things must be homogeneous in the party. Congress Party itself was not a homogeneous party. It was the heterogeneous party, consist of the people of different background. Like among the Congress Party, there were some members who were so much motivated or inspired by the idea of socialism. Socialism, the idea which came from the Russian Revolution that you studied in 9th class. Russian Revolution gave the idea of socialism. Means under socialism, the equal distribution of wealth idea was given. Means all the things must be straight owned. Means the government must be the owner of all the thing must be the public property, and all person will work and get the equal share. Means socialism mainly insisted on the equal distribution of wealth. So there were some members in the Congress Party who were motivated by the idea of socialism, while others were opposite to socialism, that was the landlordism. Landlordism means one person having a lot of wealth. If he work hard, then he gain much wealth, and other might have the means unequal distribution of wealth. Apart from this, there were also some members in the Congress Party who had a close association with many communal parties, like the communal party at that time was the Muslim League, or the Hindu Mahasabha was also there. So there were members also who were also the close associate of this communal party. While there were some members who were of the secular mindset, means do not support any particular religion. So Congress party in itself was not the homogeneous party, it was the heterogeneous party, consists of the member of a different ideology. Okay. So while the work of this drafting of the constitution was done, so at that time the thing became easier for the Congress party. Why? Because it was during the time of the national movement. As I told you, the Congress party was established, Indian National Congress, 1885. Okay, and from that time it was having it keep on having an annual session, means in a year the party had one meeting. And by that, during the time of the struggle of India, or during the time of the national movement, the Congress party had the practice. They were having the practice to learn how to debate with the idea. When one member of the party having one idea and another member have a contradictory idea or do not agree with that particular idea, then how they can go to the negotiation, to the common idea. So they had learned how to debate with one another and how to negotiate in the differences. And this thing helped them during the work of the framing of the constitution. Okay. So during the time of the framing of the constitution, it was not only the member of the Constituent Assembly whose ideology affect the constitution which we get now. Apart from that, there were also the influence of the public opinion, means the things which are there in our constitution are also influenced by the public opinion. Like when the session of the Constituent Assembly was held, then after that, on next day in the newspaper, all the things related to the session, related to the meeting of the Constituent Assembly were written in the newspaper. Then the public, it was read among the public by the common people. They read the newspaper and they got to know about the ideas and the debate which were taking place in the parliament among the members of the Constituent Assembly. So those members have the means common people, while having the idea about the debate, then they have their own perspective and their own viewpoint. So it was open that any of the common person can also write regarding their opinion about the particular law. Then the common people opinion also affect the framing of the constitution, because they keep on writing, the common people keep on writing to the members of the Constituent Assembly, and those letters were read, and those letters also had the influence on the framing of the constitution, because those ideas were also debated during the session of the Constituent Assembly. Like there were some people of the linguistic minority. Linguistic minority means linguistic means language, a particular language which is there in minority, like the Tamil, Telugu language. Okay, so the people belonging to the linguistic minority, they want in the constitution, they want the constitution to safeguard their linguistic minority or to safeguard their language. Apart from that, they are also the religious minority, and those religious minority also need the safeguard from the constitution. There were cultural group also. So those other groups which are there in the minority in the society, they also keep on writing to the Constituent Assembly, and their viewpoint or their opinion was also considered at the time. There were also the classes like the scheduled caste were there, who also demanded the safeguard from the constitution in a form of the getting the reservation. So it was the demand of the scheduled caste was also considered. So students, from all these things we came to know that the work of the framing of the constitution for India was not the easy work, because India is one of the largest country, apart from one of the large country having so much of population, and the population was of the diversity, means India consists of the people of a diverse group. So it is difficult to frame a one single constitution for such a diversity.